What's up, guys? We're getting started. Thank you guys for being patient. We're getting something set up to where when we discuss things, you can see what you're saying in a little chat box. Sorry I didn't have it set up already. That was distracting me. Not that much, but you know, it's just what happens, and we know how the audio works. Getting it going. So what do you guys, are any of you guys looking for a new bike? Time to be asking the questions. Got a book or two. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start real. Dwayne Mowry, nice to see you back from everything. So here we go. You ready? Boom, boom. We are live, boys. We are live. So hopefully the audio and hopefully the video is much better this time around. I actually did some research on how to do it. So what we're gonna be doing today is Dewey did it. Can you share this with the Discord and tell all those motherfuckers to get in? Yeah, we started that. Drinking, I don't give a shit. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we are going to talk about the beginner's guide to buying your motorcycle. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna pretend I'm a beginner and I've never bought a motorcycle at a dealership before, and I want to buy it from Indian Motorcycle Tucson. So I'm gonna go buy it from Matt. I want to buy an Indian Scout, and then I bought this hooligan kit from RSD just recently. I bought the hooligan kit. It's on its way. It's on credit, so I haven't really paid for it. I can always return it.
It's on the credit.
On the credits. So what we're gonna do is I want to buy a bike. I want to buy an Indian Scout. So I'm gonna walk into the dealership, and I have no idea what I'm buying. So Dwayne Mowry, if you're looking at a touring bike, so let's pretend this is your first time ever getting a bike. Let's jump into my shoes. And I'm walking into the store, the dealership. I don't know what it's called. I'm a beginner. So I walk in, and I see a shit ton of bikes. I have no idea what the hell I'm looking at.
You already said you were looking to buy a Scout.
Yeah, but that was what my friend wanted me to buy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he's like, you should buy the hooligan kit. And I'm like, I'm not a hooligan, bro. So
okay.
I just walk in, and he's not there to help me out. What's up, Testifiable? So he's not there to help me out. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to walk around. I have my hands in my pockets. I'm like, what do I do? What are you going to do?
I'm going to say hi.
You're going to say hi to me. All right.
Hello.
Hello. I'm going to be like, hey, what's up, man? I'm nervous, man. I'm fucking nervous. That's how I was when I went and got into the Sportster and everything. What is it that the dealership should do? I should say, because some dealerships are not very good.
No, they're not. I mean, a lot of the time, you just want to be helpful. You know, like there's some dealerships that they're there, you know, just because they have to be, or they're just looking for a paycheck and stuff like that. Like it's all motorcycles, and it's fun, and we all know how it feels to ride motorcycles. So that's it's neat. So I think a big thing for us at the dealership level, when somebody comes in and they're looking for a bike and they're pretty novice to everything, is to try to figure out what they're after. So you know, not only just like what kind of bike they're after, but how they're gonna ride, what the goal is, what your future is, stuff like that. What interests you? Because most people, when they start, they have something in mind. You know, they have something in mind. Whether or not, like, I love the look of the sport bike, but is it the right bike for me? Like, is it the bike that I'm set out to do? Like, I want to tour the country. So should I be on an R1? Probably not. So I think when you first initially, you know, speak to folks that are brand new to it, I think the goal is to figure out what they're really after.
Okay, so that's your point of view. So when I walk in and you would ask a question like, what is it you want to do? Like just something simple, but like behind that question, there's all that.
Yeah,
so that's good to know. So like if I was a customer, I have a feeling, okay, well, that's the stuff I should find out.
Yeah.
So I should find out if I want to go long distance, if I want to just ride in town.
Yep.
So when I walk into the dealership, I'll be able to answer those questions and maybe walk out a bike with like that day. Cause
Yeah, I mean, the goal is to find the right motorcycle for the guy who's coming in looking for the bike.
not
We don't want to
necessarily
sell him
okay.
the wrong bike. We want you to be happy. We want you to be excited. We want you, and you're spending money. Either way, at the end of the day, you're spending money that you earned to spend money, and we're happy you're spending it with us. But we want you to buy the right bike. So, if it's a brand new bike and you're new to it, then that goes back to like the beginner level bike and what you're after, and what you're set. If it's a bike that you're, it's just a stepping stone that you're going to keep for a year, like that's something we want to know too. So the goal is to find exactly what this bike is supposed to do for you.
This is a good checklist. Like this is something that we could actually come up with and like have a checklist of before you go into the dealership. This is some good.
Totally.
Yeah, like that'd be really awesome.
It's not every time that it happens. Like some people walk into the dealership and they have this kind of thought process behind them, and they know what kind of motorcycle, at least what kind, at least what type, not brand.
So you're talking about like
type of
cruiser, sport bike.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Versus, I mean, there are some guys that are like, man, I've never been in a dealership ever in my life. I have no idea what any of these bikes do. Those are the guys that are like, okay, well, then we roll out what our bikes are, and what kind of bikes are out there, and what all these different motorcycles do. And at that point, something triggers in their mind. Well, oh, that sounds like something that I'd be more interested in versus doing a track day on my sport bike.
So a lot of
something like that.
I was gonna say a lot of it is that you're the knowledgeable person, and you're giving not leading the questions and leading the thought process, but you're kind of triggering like, oh, well, then, yeah, that's what I want to do. Like you're actually doing the education part too. So it's a lot of people that would ask me is like, man, salespeople just want to sell a bike. Like that's what I'm worried about when I walk in. It's like salespeople just want to sell me whatever bike they think I can afford, and then boom, that's it. And
I mean, there should be absolutely no question that these salespeople want to make a sale.
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't go into it thinking, oh, they're just trying to sell me something, because they absolutely want to. But the majority of folks, at least I think, they want you to buy the right bike. Like they don't want to just sell you the wrong bike. Not like the car world. The car world, there's no emotion there. Like you're buying a car.
It seems like that.
They don't give a damn at all. It's just a very, very different experience. Where motorcycles, it's just different. These people that ride motorcycles, all of us, we have a different mentality. And it's the reason why we ride bikes. There's just a little more intimacy involved with riding.
It really is
driving a Honda Civic. So we, I'm not saying
Honda
that you
Civics
people
are
that
nice
drive
nowadays.
Honda Civics
are nice nowadays, dude. I like the hatchback a little bit. I like the hatchback.
You Honda Civic dudes are all right. But
CRX,
especially if you're a hatchback, I like that rear end.
Shit, yeah. So like when I'm to jump back in is like I walk in, like there's so much. That's why salesmen have that training, I'm sure, because why being knowledgeable of the motorcycle industry is very important to actually be a salesman and actually enjoy what you're doing. Because I mean, if you just walk in, it's like I need to make a sale because I need to make commission, you're gonna be a shitty salesman. So if you actually work with the person and what they want to do, I think that's important. So like I walk in and I'm like, I like cruisers. I heard Indian's good. I already walked into Harley. They have some cool bikes, but I want to shop around because that's just I don't know, smart about what I'm going to buy. And I'm like, I really like the smaller one. It's like I like the Sportster. I didn't like the bigger bikes, and I'm using this as an example. It's like I like the Sportsters because they're smaller. Do you have anything like a Sportster? Like and then like you would go on, and so that would kind of put you in that direction of where to go, right?
Of course.
So yeah. You wouldn't be showing me like a big ass bike then.
No. Okay. I mean, we would go to scouts and then we would show you, hey, this bike is really similar. And then we break it down what it's about, what the differences are, what the similarities are, what the, how it's going to relate to what you want. And by then, it's not something that we learn we don't learn everything about you in 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
it
That's
takes
true.
time to figure it out and to make sure you're on the right machine. But it is something that comes pretty quickly, especially if you're there because you're looking at stuff. Automatically, we all want what looks good to our eye.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So immediately, regardless of what it is, if we think it looks cool, we automatically gravitate to that.
Mhm.
And then at that point, as salesmen or anybody really that gives a shit
Mhm.
is going to be is going to try to understand what it's about, you know. So
Yeah.
oh man, that BMW, that S1000RR or whatever the hell that thing is, that thing is fast and it's an incredible bike.
It's a fucking powerful bike.
I look at that and I'm like, man, but is it something that I need or I want or that's
Yeah, like
what
so,
I
was
what I
say,
should buy?
I was like,
no.
if I'm like out here and I'm like, I just want to cruise around town, I don't need a fucking 1000RR.
Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it takes time to figure out exactly what you're after. You know, if you're a guy who says, hey, man, I want to be able to cross, you know, state lines and go wherever I want. You know, the weird thing about that one is that there's all these bikes nowadays that are being built right now are capable of doing whatever the hell you want them to.
Yeah, that's what's crazy about
it's just
that.
how your
Yeah.
body holds up. You know what I mean? So if we
Yeah.
were to take a trip to Florida, you and I both would be a hell of a lot more comfortable on a Roadmaster.
I'd like to
than
sit
we
on the
would
back of
be
that bike with you.
on a Scout.
I wanna, you can ride,
Your butt's too big.
and I'll sit on the bike. And then if you get tired,
You have to
I'll
air
take
up that
over.
shock.
I'll take.
That'd
Shut
be
up!
awesome.
Shut up!
Yeah,
That would be
air that
awesome.
shock.
Let's
That
do
would be
it.
cool.
Let's
All
do
right,
it. I'll
You buy it.
Okay. So, anyways, we're gonna move on to that part where so all that is small talk. So all that small talk, getting to know the customer, getting to know, like I'm interested in a bike because I walked in a dealership. So and I already told you I had looked at Harley. I'm here. I want a cruiser. I don't really want, you know, like a Honda or whatever. So I'm like, cool. I really like the sport or the Scout. You showed me the Scout.
Mhm.
I really like the Scout. You told me all the differences, and I mean, it could be at the Harley dealership. It could be at the, you know, the Honda dealership. And I'm like, okay, I like it. So cool. So now I have to go buy it. And I've been through this process recently. And that was with the Honda Rebel 500.
Mhm.
And I just kind of, I just followed what the salesperson was telling me to do. Like, they're like, hey, we're going to go check your credit. I'm like, all right, cool. Boom, boom, signing some paperwork. Like, I didn't know what I was doing. So, like, I didn't know what I was supposed to be prepared for. I was just super excited to get Nikki on the bike.
Sure.
And so, like, what I want to do is I want to prepare some of these viewers of like, okay, I want to get a bike, but what are the options can I do? Can I just like leave and I'd be like, hey, can I think about it?
Totally.
And like, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna ask for like contact information, or are you gonna?
Yeah. So, you know, the nice part about what we do, and not even what I do professionally, but as a consumer, if I go in somewhere to buy it,
Mm-hmm.
I have every opportunity to say, hey, I'm gonna think about this. Like it's nobody
you
can put a
should.
gun to your head and
You
say, hey,
should
you're
do
gonna
that,
you're
right?
gonna buy it. Oh, I mean, it depends. You know, I mean, some people are impulsive, so
Yeah.
you know what I mean. I can't tell people. You know that's tough. Some people know exactly what they want and they come in and they don't have to think about it because they know exactly what they want.
This is for you, Dan. Just saying thank you.
There are some folks out there that it's probably necessary that they think about it to make sure they're making the right decision. But the big thing about right decisions are that's what we're there for. So we help with the research. We help with answering questions. We help with trying to make sure that this is the right bike. And once we figure out that this is the right bike and we've come to that conclusion and you know it's the right bike, then it's a matter of making sure that it's the right time. And everything works, you know, for you. So I think for the most part, a lot of people, if they're in the dealership, they're pretty damn close or they're getting ready.
Okay.
You know, and it's just a matter of finding the right bike, and then it's got to be the right time. So money and stuff like that. I mean, you know, like right now we're getting close to, or we're like in tax time. So people are doing their taxes.
They're gonna want to
they're
get a
gonna
bike.
get a refund. Guess what refund means? It means free money.
Yeah, they're gonna want to get a bike.
You know, in order to do like money down or to come in and pay cash if you have 30 kids. You know, like because they make a ton of money.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's cool. So. So yeah,
Trust me, it happens.
Oh yeah. So I mean that's the big thing. But yeah, you can absolutely walk out the dealership and think about things, and then call me tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like or call me next week. So dealerships, we're gonna we'll try to make sure, the whole point of me and our job is to figure out what the right bike is, and once we figure out, what is the reason? Like, when are you gonna buy it? Like, what's holding you back? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So, because a lot of people say, "Oh man, I need money down." Like, I know I need money down to buy this bike, but there are a ton of lenders and banks that'll give you loans with zero down.
Yeah.
And so, as us working, and if that's your issue, oh, I need zero down. I mean, I might be able to get you zero down.
Yeah.
And then if that works, then
I was gonna say your job is to find. So let's say I want to buy a bike, and I'm like, I want the Scout 60. This is gonna be a perfect beginner bike. Because I remember somebody saying,
yeah, Scout 60 is a great beginner bike.
somebody was asking about that. I think I don't want to scroll up, but I lost it somewhere.
Or somebody here.
Yeah, somebody here asked about the Scout 60, if it's a good beginner bike, or even the Scout. The Scouts are great bikes. So let's say I walk in and I'm like, man, I really want the Scout 60. It's got a lot of power. But at the same time, it's got easy power. It feels good. I sit on it. It feels great. I have the money. I've been looking at it for months because somebody here said, Joshua says some of us spend months looking at bikes before going in.
Right.
So let's say I walk. This is like my 10th time walking into Indian. This is my 10th time walking into Harley. The 12th time looking at Ride Now, or whatever, looking at some Hondas. And I'm like, you know what? I've sat on this bike many times. I love it. I want to sit. I want to buy it. So now it's like, okay, well, now that you want to buy it, what is that mode that switches for you to where it's like now you have to get like my information? Like, what is it you're asking for?
Yeah. So now it's time to figure out how you're going to buy it.
Okay.
So do you need a loan?
So for me at this point, I'm gonna need a loan. This is my first bike. I do have like a car, but this is something that I want to like play around with and have fun. First time riding. I do have some cash, not a lot.
Right. So at that point, we get your information, because we're gonna get you a loan. Like, I'm gonna send you to a bank. We're gonna get an approval.
Damn, that's some good shit, dude.
And then it's so good. It's so good.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna get we'll get the approval, and then once I have that, I'm gonna go over the numbers with you.
Okay.
And then you're gonna ask me, okay, well, how much down? What are my payments? What's the interest rate?
All right.
Stuff like that. And then we're gonna tell you everything, and then we're gonna go over it all, and then you make a decision. So you're like, oh man, that's not enough. That's too much money down.
Yeah.
And if you tell me that, then I can look at it, and there may be, if that bank requires too much money down, the next bank may not require that much.
Okay, so it's your job is to find the banks. Like because I remember when I was at the dealership to get the Honda Rip 500. Like, they're like, all right, this is gonna take a little bit, so just do you want something to eat? Do you want this? Do you want to just sit down on the couch or whatever, or sit on the chairs and I gotta check all this stuff. So during all that, you're checking for different banks and you're checking for different, like, trying to find me the best deal. Like, that's what your job is.
Yeah, well, that's part of my job.
It's part of your job. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So I do,
Yeah, you do. You do a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
But yeah, no.
So the first part, yeah, because I'm like walking around for like 45 minutes, like looking at bikes, having a good time.
And you're hanging out with the salesman.
Yeah, I'm hanging out with the salesman.
Yeah, and then when you get to the point that you do a credit application, that goes into the finance office.
Okay.
The finance guys are the guys that sit there in front of their computer and they're just like mashing the keyboard and sending out everybody's information. Beer. No beer.
Oh,
beer? No.
Well, we got beer here, so I don't give a fuck.
No, that's a beer. Cheers, mate.
Cheers,
and
mate.
And so, and they're probably, if a big dealership like that, those guys are probably working on like 6 other people. So they're just hammering stuff out and they're doing it. They get the approval. They think they have, a good one. And then they go out, and if it's not good enough, then they go somewhere else to try to get you a better one. So for me, I'm able to look at your credit report and your credit score.
Okay.
And it gives me an idea of where I need to send you to get you the best possible, whatever the hell we need.
Yeah.
There's so many different factors with buying it. Do I need zero down? Do I need a short rate? There's a lot of different stuff.
Yeah, because I remember being asked, do you want to do 3 years, 5 years, or like they gave me those options?
Yeah.
Okay.
So and so once I have it and then I go out and I say, hey, this is what I have, that's your opportunity to tell me that doesn't work. this is what works.
Okay.
You know, I need $2,000 down for you to buy this cow. Oh man, I only have 1,000. Okay, well, you know, if we trim your money down a little bit, then your payment is going to go up. Well, I'm comfortable with a little bit of higher payment. I only have $1,000, and that's all I got. And at that point, then I know exactly what we can do to figure it out and get you a loan. So once I come back out with, hey, I got you $1,000 down and your payment's good to go and it's everything you want, you say, fuck yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so if I'm like, let's do it. And I know a lot of beginners are out there that, like, especially me when I first bought my bike. Okay, so let's say, because I was able to do my first bike, I had to get a cosigner. I had to get my dad. My dad co-signed for my bike, and that was pretty cool. Yeah, my credit sucked at this time. I was getting divorced. If everyone knows my story on that one, I was getting divorced.
Man.
Matt showed up with Brody.
What?
You showed up with Brody. You're like, yeah, you're all excited for me. You're getting all excited for me. You're like,
I got a friend that rides.
He's like, he's gonna ride now. And so, anyways, I had to get my dad to co-sign, which he's been saving my ass. He had to co-sign for my house too. Anyways, because
good job, Coral.
And so, but I didn't have an endorsement. I didn't have any experience. I've only sat on the motorcycle at that time. That was the first time ever being in Harley.
You got your endorsement before I did.
Oh shit, that's bad.
Remember that?
Yeah, you've been riding for a while.
I rode around for like a year on a permit.
Yeah, that's terrible. Yeah, I had to convince you to get the endorsement, huh?
Yeah, because we were going out of town. You're like, man, we need to get it.
Yeah, that's true, because you can't get on the
interstate. And I was like, all right, I'll go get it.
You can't ride on the highway without it.
Yeah.
So anyways, I walked in, and I was like, I already knew what I wanted. I went and bought it. I got all the stuff, but like, do all deal? I mean, is it like an all dealer thing that will deliver your bike for you, or is that just like something that, like, it's just a courtesy if they feel like it?
You know, I mean, most dealerships, I mean, the majority of dealerships have the ability to do it. So, you know, if you're locally, it's I
was local. I was
it's
like,
nice.
Yeah.
If you're a beginner, the last thing they want you to do is hop on your brand new bike and then go out and then get hammered by a truck.
Yeah, that would be bad for everybody.
Right. So that they don't want that at all. So if you're brand new, then what we need to figure out is whether or not you're comfortable on it.
Yeah, I wasn't.
And you didn't even have a motorcycle license, you went in, you bought the damn thing. So having them deliver it is great. And if it's a majority of dealerships will do that for you, because the last thing we want is for you to go out on your brand new bike and get.
Yeah. And then you won't be a returning customer.
Yeah.
Because you'd be dead.
Yeah, man. We want you to come back. Damn. So yeah, and then that happens. So
cool.
For the majority of it, that's pretty much how we do it. So.
Yeah, and there's a lot of other stuff, like, getting warranties and getting like gap. But that's a whole nother topic. We've been talking for 25 minutes.
I ain't talking about that.
Yeah, that is a lot of stuff. Yeah. But basically, to cliff note is that you walk in, the dealer, hopefully the salesperson, the dealer, they're knowledgeable, and they talk like Matt, where they want to get you the bike that you want. They don't want to just sell a bike because they just want to sell a bike. But definitely, it's also on the consumer. Honestly, you kind of have to know what you want to get. Like, if you want to get, and that'd be a good thing to talk about, is having a checklist as a beginner rider going into a dealer, or even just as a new rider wanting a bike. What is it you want to do with it? How much experience do you have? And what are your plans with it? Just all those things. And then you can move on to a certain type of bike.
The hardest part about my job is trying to figure out what people really, really want. Like what the root want is, like what they really, really want, what the real issue is,
what you really, really want. It's a song, huh?
It is a song.
Oh, Monda, it's a song.
So
what you really, really want.
That's the hardest part, because some people don't know. But there's got to be something there to where you can help me figure it out to where this will work.
Yeah.
And like people, you wouldn't be here if you didn't want to buy the bike. We wouldn't be. So try to help your dealership help you out by telling them what it's going to take for you to get the. Whether it's money down or it's interest rate. So many different factors, but it's really what I need, and Either work or it doesn't work.
Yeah. That was cool. That was 27 minutes of us talking about the beginner's guide. There's so much more. That's the problem, is that there's so much more, and the whole live stream thing is more of an impromptu conversation type thing. Like, I think you guys understand that when I make those videos, I condense like a 30-minute topic into 10 minutes. This right here is a 30-minute topic that should have been over an hour. And
I mean, I could do it faster.
yeah, you could do it faster.
So you walk in.
But I would have to slow you down.
No. You walk in.
You want to cliff note it? All right, cliff noting it. 1 second. Here we go. Cliff note.
They walk in the door. Ding, ding. Sup? What you doing? Looking at bikes. What bikes you like? That one? Cool. You want to buy it? Yeah. Let me get your info. You're approved. That work? Cool. Sign here. Here. Initial here. Sign here. One last time. Here. I need your credit card. Swipe. Sign here. We're good, man. Congratulations.
Do I get to ring the bell?
Ring the bell.
I get to ring the bell.
Ring the bell.
Yeah, boy. There you go. See, we could have just done that.
See, yeah, man, we're good.
We could have just done that. Anyways, you guys got a lot of information. Thank you, Red Wolf, for subscribing to the channel. Ian Van Dyke for subscribing to the channel. Thank you guys for subscribing. We don't have all those alerts like I do on my channel. But here's the cool thing. Is what we're going to do now, since we did the first topic, we like to do it like how I do it on mine, where we do a topic and then now we leave it open to comments. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go Shazam. Now, it's a little bit different than my channel because I just did it really quick. So now you guys get to see your comments on here, and we get to chit-chat and answer anything that you want. As in, kind of PG-ish. Oh, wait, the chat disappeared. So keep going. Keep talking. I want you guys to keep talking. I'm going to put it always show messages. I forgot to do that. Shazam. It should pop up once you guys start talking. So we have a fresh slate. So Jeremy, I never got to ring the bell when I bought mine. So Jeremy's
like, shit. You can come ring the bell if you want. I don't know what happened.
He's the guy that he has the victory that when I walked in, and guys, he's always in it.
Yeah, I know who he is.
Okay.
Come ring the bell, man.
Come ring the bell.
I don't know what happened.
Venezia, hey man, I'm gonna make you a mod. Appreciate, man.
Hey, Jeremy, you can't ring the bell. You gotta buy a new bike to ring the bell.
You gotta buy a bike, boy.
We take trades on octanes.
Okay, should I re-ask my question? Yes, Lovato, I'm sorry. We were kind of focused on discussing the thing that we could have done in like 20 seconds, I guess.
Did it.
We did it. So please ask your guys' questions. If you asked a question during the first 30 minutes, we probably didn't answer it because we were not looking. We were just talking. So
yeah,
now's the impromptu time, having fun. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Guys, here's the thing: is I got the yeah boy from Matt.
Yeah.
So he is the original yeah boy.
Yeah.
I'm yeah boy #2, bruh.
Yep.
So I stole it.
The yeah boy goes way back.
It goes back before the Big Bang. It happened way before.
Yep.
Sorry, Ian. Let's see. When I got Matt is who we have to blame. That's right, bruh. I started the bra thing though, because
you did start the brand
because of bodybuilding.com midsection.
Yeah.
Are you aware? When I got my bike new, it wasn't on a loan, but they put amount on Yamaha card. So Juan Sueves. So Yamaha card.
Yeah. So Yamaha lending.
So he knows more than me.
Used to do, and I don't know if they do it anymore because I don't sell Yamahas, but they used to do. So when you got a loan, you got a credit card.
Keep doing it. I'm gonna adjust this shit.
And it was a revolving loan essentially. So Yamaha, oh man, what's crazy is like 10 years, maybe not 10 years ago, maybe it was like, yeah, it's probably 10 years ago, 10, 12 years ago. Those revolving cards were bad, like really terrible.
Bad?
They had like $99 a month promos, and then when you hit the certain month mark, it would skyrocket your interest. So some people after
That's
like
a lot like the furniture
like,
row card.
yeah, like after 5 or 6 years, they didn't pay shit down on their bike. And so they came in to trade their bikes, and their payoffs were what they paid on the motorcycle. And it was a mess.
Oh.
Like late 2000s for motorcycles was nutty. Like what is a nutty time? Because it was before like the whole housing crisis hit, like all that stuff. And people were doing like, you'd be able to go in and get like 2 Gixxer 1000s and a trailer if you wanted to. They just give you money. You know, like the bank would just give you money. You know, it was nutty.
I should have done that.
Yeah, hell yeah. So it was crazy. So the Yamaha card. No, Juan, you're all right, man. That was a long time ago, and it was pretty bad. So now they do these promos on credit cards. They may not do them anymore, but a few years ago they did them. And Yamaha lending, it was Capital One, and it was just on a credit card. So you would pay, you know, your interest. They were still term loans, so it'd be like 5 years for 5% interest or something like that. But let's say it was a $20,000 bike, and you had it paid down to 12. You still had $8,000 available that you could go buy stuff with, and your lien amount on your motorcycle was still 12. You know, so it was just a way for Capital One to do business and lending. I don't think they do it that way anymore, but it's not a bad thing. So you're all right. Just pay the bill.
There you go. While he was talking, I was obviously messing with everything. It reminded me a lot of like the Furniture Row and like a lot of these JCPenney things, like no interest for 12 months. But then if you don't pay anything, or you don't pay it off for those first 12 months, you get charged full interest for those full 12 months. Is that what it is kind of like? No, okay. So anyways,
but I mean, interest goes from like 5 to 20, like it's nasty.
Oh, like an adjustable rate?
Yeah,
like
it's not good. So those promos, you absolutely want to
pay it off
on the credit card one. So so like Indian right now on stuff is doing no interest, no payments for 6 months.
Okay.
So you have no interest, no payments for 6 months, and then at the 6 month mark, it's 5.99 for 5 years.
Oh, okay.
You know, that's when your loan amount starts.
So you definitely need to know what it looks like at that 6 month mark for
Hell
that
yeah.
specific. Okay.
Yeah, no, you should absolutely ask that question. Like, hey man, if I don't pay this thing off when the promo ends, what's my rate going to be then?
Yeah.
And when they say it's 23%,
like fuck you,
then you
dude.
say what?
Fuck your shit. Fuck your couch.
Yeah, I mean, it's, holy.
I was watching Joe Rogan today.
Wow. Joe Rogan doesn't swear at all.
No, but he had that one Ashley Larry comedian guy on there, and he was talking about Charlie Murphy.
Joe Rogan's
Anyways, we got another question. Sorry about that. I got a little Joe Rogan-ish. What do you guys think about buying used from a dealership? So we actually Motos with Matt.
Motos
came up with that's this guy right here. He came up with a video on that.
Did I?
Yeah, remember you did buying used from a like.
I didn't.
Oh no, trading in your bike.
Yeah.
Trading in your bike. Okay, so buying used in a nutshell. What do you think?
So to me,
one second, let's go back. What do you guys think about buying used from a dealership? So I think is there two questions? A used, like say you go for you work at Indian, so like a used Indian Scout or like a trade-in, like a Rebel 3. How like you get that warrant or you get that.
Doesn't matter, man.
Whatever.
So,
that's your expertise.
So
what the fuck am I thinking? Yeah. So this is what we were drinking. Go ahead and keep talking. I'll just show. Go ahead.
All right, so
buying used.
To me, and I know what's going to be hard for you guys is to truly take my word here. It sounds like a salesman thing to say, but there's not a whole lot of times that I'd be comfortable buying a used bike that's not from a dealership, because the benefit of buying that used bike at a dealership is that they're responsible for it. You know what I mean? So they've gone, if it's a reputable dealer, I can't speak for every dealer, but on all our used bikes that we take in on trade, we go through them. We go through them before we take them in on trade, before we do the deal with the guy that traded it in. And then after that, we make sure it's fully serviced, fully taken care of, and 100% ready to rock, because we're liable for it. So if we sell a bike that's subpar, like that's a problem. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I'm going to get the headphones real quick.
I would absolutely be much more at ease buying a used bike from a dealership than I would on Craigslist, because the dude on Craigslist, there's so many different ways that you could hide and manipulate stuff that you buy that thing on Craigslist, you give that guy the money and it's yours, along with all those problems that if they have it, you're done. Like in a week, if that thing grenades on you, good luck, man. Like you can't go back to the guy that you bought on Craigslist and say, hey, what the hell? You know what I mean? So that's the benefit of buying a used bike from the dealer. And then they have all these sorts of other stuff like lending and, other ways for you to purchase the motorcycle that are, instead of just having the cash to give the guy on Craigslist. So buying a used bike from a dealership, for the most part, if it's a reputable dealership, is going to be a good thing because it's going to be a quality product. For the most part, if it's got some scratches and stuff like that, I mean, you're going to be able to tell. You should look at it before. Yeah, and I think you're okay.
Cool. That answers that question. No, yeah, I can kind of hear that right at the end. I think we have to like talk right into the mic and stuff like that.
Boom.
So basically kiss it, but it's like
So
96% perfect. So we're still working on the audio. The thing is with Streamlabs, what I'm doing on the producer side is that I have mine dialed in, but it won't work and transfer over to the After the Ride channel. So thank you, Tony.
That means Daniel only cares about.
Yeah, this is something that I only care about. This isn't my channel. So what we're
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
I got new beer.
New beer here. All right, so let's go ahead and jump. Tony, that's funny. I still have those emojis that you deleted. Anyways, let's see. So we answered Lovato's question. So once again, thank you, Lovato, for being so supportive of the stuff that we do. So long story short, I got my CRF 250L last year at the age of 18. Got a loan with no credit score or cosign, and the dealer went out of business when I was buying. So what does that happen?
You probably got a good deal.
So if they go out of business, then I mean, it's the bank. The bank that owns your shit, not the dealership, right?
Yeah, your deal. Once you buy the bike, as far as lending goes, the dealer has nothing to do with it unless you have like. I can't say that. There's some dealerships, I guess, out there that do in-house lending. Like the shady car dealerships that do like
the one that we hear in Tucson that's annoying as shit.
No, that guy's actually legitimate.
Is he legit?
Yeah, I swear to God, man, it's impressive. But yeah, so
never mind.
If it's like buy here, pay here type of deal, like if they go out of business, they're probably fucked, and you probably have a free bike. So I don't know. I don't know how any of that works, but if so the dealership going out of business, I mean, you just can't take it there for service. You have to find another Honda dealer so you could get warranty and stuff like that done. But
yeah, Jeremy, dealer for the people. I'm in a pickle.
Oh, you can drive for a nickel. Yeah, man.
Shit's funny.
I don't listen to the radio often, but every time I do,
I hear that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Which works. It fucking works.
That's the thing. And you know what? When I was working for Northwest, there was a guy that knew that guy. And I guess that guy is like one of the nicest guys. And he's like, I have to make these commercials to be like, you have to be catchy.
Yeah, it gets people talking to him. I guarantee.
We're talking about him right now.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. Yep.
I need to start doing some clickbait.
Yeah. Good luck, man. Yeah. Have fun. People don't like you that much.
So, shut up. Hey, boy. See, that's where the boy comes from. Yeah, boy. But he says it like that.
What?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Oh yeah, you can't hear it. See here.
What? No, I'm good, man.
I'm double checking the audio.
What?
What?
What's up, Bray?
What's up? You want a beer? Yeah, I want a beer.
Anyway.
Yes, please. I'm out. So, guys, if you have any questions when it comes...
go up, man. There's probably more shit.
Okay. Audio is fine. Oh.
Keep going.
This is where we started.
Where we're at.
Yeah.
So dealer went out of business when I was buying.
Okay, got my bike the day before they shipped it back. I'll do the Kolsch. Thank you. So 0% APR for 60 months for the Indian.
That's free money. 0% interest is awesome.
I have 0% on my car. It's really nice. Don't have to worry.
You
about
do have to have pretty damn good credit to get that though.
So. Yeah, I don't have good credit anymore. Just kidding. I have really great credit, bro.
Problem with buying used bikes is going to be that you won't get the. Fuck, man, I'm trying to read something.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Where are you going? Okay.
Manufacturing. I'm just reading. I don't care what people.
You got to.
Oh, I gotta repeat it so people know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm learning.
All right.
All right. So Jeremy K says problem with buying used bikes is going to be that you won't get those manufacturer incentives, and Scout hasn't dropped enough value to be worth the trouble there. Maybe. Yeah. So 0% interest. If there's a bike, let's say it's a $13,000 bike versus a $10,000 bike, but one's 0% interest and one's 5% interest, you want to look at the finance charge and then add it all up. So if it's less money in that sense, then it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? But if it's still less money to go with the new one, then you go with the new one.
Yeah.
So. Some of those incentives are awesome. Like interest rate incentives, trade-in incentives, cash incentives, warranty incentives. There's so many different things that, you have to. And as a dealer, typically we'll make people aware of what they could get, one way or another. And then, if it's really close to the same money, I'm buying new. So that's just me. I'm getting a new bike.
Yeah, I'd get.
If it's close to the same thing.
Yeah.
So, money-wise.
I just added an alert box. So when people subscribe, it's gonna be the normal. I need to fix it up to where it's after the ride. So you'll see, Matt. Just if somebody subscribes or donates on the Streamlabs, once again, this is a streamlabs.com/after the ride.
After the ride.
To tip the channel. This is Matt's. Honestly, like we're moving into a venture together. This is actually pretty fun.
We've been in a venture for a very long time.
Very long time, and
it's been thrilling.
Yeah, we to jump into our own little story since
nobody wants to hear about that shit.
Everybody wants to hear about.
Nobody wants to hear about that shit.
Everybody likes the stories. Members only jacket, bruh. Newcastle. He's drinking a Newcastle, and I'm drinking a Sunbrew from Four Peaks. Four Peaks is an Arizona, Tempe type thing. So drink local.
You know who owns Four Peaks?
Budweiser now.
Yeah, Anheuser-Busch.
Yeah,
so good job. Way to go. Yeah, support the local. You fucking idiot.
I forgot. Why did you have to bring that up?
You know that?
I thought I was doing something good.
So when we talk about our relationship,
yes,
this is what I deal with.
This is what
on a daily basis, by the way.
I deal with this shit.
Support the local business.
Support the local.
Buy Budweiser.
Don't worry, it used to be American. Now it's Belgium. Terrible. So basically, what's this channel is going to be about, since this is after the ride number 2. You guys are a part of something that we're starting, and it's something that we're gonna keep going and doing once a week. So thank you guys for subscribing, and thank you guys for supporting that. You don't feel his pain, Venezia. Don't worry about it. Shit, dog. You don't know us, dog.
You have no idea what kind of pain I go through on a daily basis. If you feel like you have, you feel some pain, you just need to multiply that by like 1,000, and that's what I deal with.
That's a lot of pain.
Yeah, man, it sucks.
It's a lot of pain.
Yeah, I've tried to kick him out a bunch of times.
I have a key.
Keeps coming back.
I have a key, so I just walk in.
He does walk in. As a matter of fact, my wife was upstairs with my son.
Yeah.
And all she hears is somebody in the garage.
I text her.
Well, she didn't see that text.
Well,
so she thinks somebody's in the garage, and then she looks out the window and sees this bald dude with a beard taking shit out of our garage, and it was you.
She knows who it was. She told me. I texted her. I said, "Hey, I'm gonna go get my exhaust because I left it there after the ride when I was drunk and I had to get an Uber all the way home."
Benny doesn't let Amanda text messages.
Well, you know what? That's true. But I thought she left the garage open for me, thinking that she saw it but didn't respond. So I
No,
went
you're
went
wrong.
and got it and left, and I put got it.
Got it.
Got it.
Well, yeah. All right, man. Whatever.
So let's see. I saw something about extended warranties. I saw something about let's dealer for the people.
Warranty is different.
You might be able to find an ATV MX snowmobile shop. I was lucky enough to find an MX shop that helps me out with the hard stuff on my KLX. Chris Johnson says. So what I'm getting from that is like repairs and oil changes and stuff. So you're talking about like finding a third party?
Hold on. Hey man, so
all right, go ahead.
Just a dealer that's 44 miles away or 44 minutes away is not that bad, man. I mean, there's some guys that own Indians that have to travel like 400 miles. So it's 40 something miles ain't that bad. Hell, man, I drive 40 miles to work.
Yeah, you do.
Like every morning. So that's not that bad. But yeah, man. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, damn it. This whole time I've been not recording. Just been live streaming. I'll just download it later. Now I make little clips of this.
You idiot.
You idiot.
You idiot.
Oh, you shut the fuck.
All right. You're being really creepy. Right?
They didn't hear that last
What we got?
part.
What else we got?
Guys, got any questions? Tony, please share this on the Discord once again. I know we got some people over here that are not in here. This is the perfect opportunity. Maybe phrase it as in, hey, definitely ask these dudes about motorcycles. We got two of them. It's not just Dan the Fireman. It's Motos with Matt. But at some point, this channel is going to be Matt's. Just saying.
It's going to be... What?
Remember, I told you I wanted you to have this channel.
I have a channel.
Yeah, but you don't
Motos.
produce. You don't.
Motos with Mateo. I'm gonna change it and then do like a bunch of Spanish. I'll do both. I'll do videos in Spanish and then videos.
Okay,
It's gonna be Motos with Mateo.
Oh. Dan the Roberto Fireman. It's gonna be Fireman. Okay, so if he shared it, that's fine. That's fine. We got plenty of people in here. But guys, this is your opportunity to ask any questions. If not, we're just gonna keep drinking and we're gonna talk about bullshit the whole time.
Bullshit.
So that's a lot of fun.
Go up. Did we miss anything?
I don't think we miss anything. If we miss anything, like we're at the point where I'm just like saying, ask a question.
Go up.
I've got no questions, but great stream again. So point of view as a dealer. So I have questions for Matt myself, but the problem is I don't want to keep asking him about his job. Right now we're supposed to be relaxing.
We're supposed to have fun.
We're supposed to have fun.
Talk about my job all the time.
But Matt's very knowledgeable when it comes to motorcycles.
I am.
That's the problem. So you have
It's a problem. It's
It
such
is
a problem.
It is a problem. That's why he's doing what he's doing, because he got to the point where he knows what the hell he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that. I'm going to be in Tempe when I buy my bike, Lovato. Okay. Well, Tempe is pretty close to Tucson, so if you're ever looking for an Indian, if you want to try out an Indian, there's a lot of demo events. There's a lot of you can just come in and
everybody from Phoenix comes to Tucson to buy their Indians.
Yeah, so
everybody.
So definitely check out an Indian. Definitely check out multiple bikes. What do you think? What do you two think is the coolest looking bike out there? Chris Johnson asks. For me personally, I really like. Here's the thing: is I like the FTR 1200, but the one I designed on the website where it has that white, the white casing. Yeah. And then it has the rack on the back,
luggage
and then
rack,
has the
touring windshield.
Yeah, so
bag.
It has the stuff I like. That is the best looking bike for me. Second to that would be the Triumph Scrambler. Triumph Scrambler looks pretty badass straight out of the...
See, I was going to say a Triumph.
Okay.
But the Thruxton R with the bubble fairing is to me the coolest looking bike right now. And ever since they made the Thruxton R with that bubble fairing, I've wanted it because it looks incredible and it looks so retro, but it's so unique and so modern, and it's a hell of a lot of bike, and it comes with Olin suspension, and it's really that to me is one of the coolest bikes.
Yeah.
That at least for me, I love it. Yeah, I'm a retro kind of guy though, so
Yeah. See that?
I really like that.
You're the retro guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. That's I have nothing else to say about that. And that's so Ian Van Dyke, I got a random question. Keep throwing these random questions.
We love random questions.
It keeps us talking.
Keeps me drinking.
Yeah. So the more questions you ask, the longer we'll be drinking. And then at some point, I'm not going to be able to click the button that says end stream, and you'll just
call it Uber.
Then we got to call an Uber.
Uber.
Yeah. So, I got a random question. Is it bad to tie down a front brake line? So on my CRF, the tube goes right in front of my Speedo. So I mean, it shouldn't. I mean, if you can.
Why? Why does it do that?
Where are you tying it to? Because you're supposed to tie the forks, right?
It?
You're supposed to tie it to the forks, not the.
What are you talking about?
No, I'm thinking of like when you tie it down the bike.
That's not what he's talking about.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I can't imagine that's what he's talking about. To me, this is getting in the way of the speedometer. His brake line.
Okay.
And he doesn't like it because it's in the way of the speedometer.
Oh, okay.
So to me, you need to get a shorter brake line.
Okay. Yeah, I see that.
That's it. You know, it shouldn't have that much bend.
Okay, so from the brake lever. Okay, so he's what you're talking about.
Line. Okay. So I would just get a shorter brake line. Like there's no real reason why it should go that far in front of the speedometer unless the speedometer is in a spot where it runs right next to it. If that's the case, I don't know, man. You don't really want to tie that stuff down. Especially a front brake, because that's kind of necessary to
that's a lot
your
of
life.
That's a lot of brake power.
And how are you tying it down? You don't want to kink it. You don't want to do anything like that. Man, I would measure out a different brake line and see if you can route it properly and get it out of the way of the speedometer. Brake lines are not that expensive. It's not that hard to do to replace it, and then then you have it ran properly and it's not in the way. That's weird.
Yeah. My brake line went in front of the. It doesn't do that anymore. But
that's because we put clip-ons.
Yeah, we put clip-ons,
and then we changed the spot of the speedometer, so it ran that way.
Right,
but when I did mine, I got a new brake line.
Oh, I didn't do that.
And so I got a shorter brake line, and it routed perfectly, and it didn't have that big bend in front of the speedometer like that. So
okay, so you might have to change the brake line.
I mean, you could try zip tying it if you don't want to buy a new brake line. I'd buy a new brake line if it was me.
Yeah. Yeah, just make sure there's no kinks, because you do not want the brake fluid to not go where it's supposed to go. That would suck. So Dan Shea, what about an extended warranty? Is it worth it?
If your bike fucking breaks, it's probably worth it.
Well, I mean, if you buy, let's say I walk in, Jesus, Matt. If I walk in, if I walk in and I'm like, I'm buying this brand new 2019 Indian Scout, and I'm like, I'm gonna keep it. This is my bike. So I mean, I don't even know how long does an extended warranty last. And so there's the factory warranty, right? Or no? Okay, I don't know.
Yeah. So if you're buying a brand new Indian, you get a 2-year unlimited mile warranty.
Okay.
And so how I approach extended warranties are, if you think you're going to keep it for longer than the factory warranty,
okay,
it's recommended
to get an extended,
to have the extended warranty.
How far does an extended warranty, I know that
you can extend it out to 5 years.
Okay.
So you could have a 7-year warranty if you want it.
What does the warranty give?
So if you have any sort of motor issue, any sort of transmission issue, and any electronic issue, it's covered.
So I just bring it in, it's free?
Depending on the warranty, some are $0 deductibles, and then some are $50 deductibles.
Oh, that 50 is nothing if you have a problem.
Yeah, or an electronic issue where you need a fucking new computer or something crazy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the hard part. So Um, for me, I mean, the warranty is only relative if you use it, you know. So I mean, if the bike never breaks, which is the goal, then you may never use the warranty. A lot of time, I mean, it's a peace of mind thing. It's an insurance policy. You have health insurance in case you get fucked up.
Yeah.
And that way you don't have to pay a bunch of money in order to fix your body. And it's
Yeah.
the same thing with extended warranties. So it's an insurance policy, and you pay for it. And if your bike never breaks, well, that's that. And but if your bike does break and you have it, you know,
I mean, are they expensive?
some are,
Okay.
some can be. They're not like RVs though, because somebody tried to trade in a goddamn RV to me last month, and she spent $18,000 on a warranty.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
18,000.
18 grand on a warranty.
Oh.
Yeah.
Screw that.
No, I'd rather just not have that RV, lady. I'm good.
Yeah, it's like this is how much shit costs. Damn, I do not know how much to maintain this thing is.
I mean, I know it's a house on two wheels, but holy shit.
Damn. Yeah, Jeremy just answered the question right now. Tucson East. That's where I got
those dudes are good dudes over there.
Yeah, actually, you know, when I went to Fry's to get us beer, I met the sales dude, the manager guy. He's that dark hair. He legit had a Right Now freaking jersey. And I'm like, hey, I bought a bike from you. He's like, yeah, the CMX. I'm like, yeah, cool. I'm gonna go drink. Bye.
Righto.
I was on my way out. I was like, bye. I got shit to do.
Okay, bye.
Let's see. What do you think? Oh, this is a great question. Dan, while he's answering this question, I gotta go break the seal. So why do you think Indian is a better bike than Harley? And before he jumps in, that way he can answer the questions, is that I know every single frickin' time there's a demo ride that I go there with my bike and I ride Indians, as soon as I get back on my bike, I personally feel like I should have had an Indian. And that's my own honest emotional opinion. There's absolutely nothing objective about that. That is purely subjective. So I'm going to let Matt answer that question objectively. Okay, so I'm going to go pee. I'm going to get myself another beer.
Hey, just because I sell Indians and I own Indians, like, doesn't mean I'm not partial to any other motorcycle. Like, I like bikes. And so I can really, I mean, I rode Harleys for a long time, so it's not that big a fucking deal for me to say, oh, man, I like Harleys. Like,
so, yeah, to jump.
I'm not a Harley hater. You know, I'm not a type of guy who rides a Harley and hates every other fucking brand in the world. And then I'm not the guy who owns an Indian and hates Harleys, so
I was say for the background, you've had like 3 Sportsters, and you got me into Harley. Okay, so the reason, I mean, I personally like Indian. That's why I want to get an FTR, because I like that bike. I mean, I also like the Fat Bob. The Fat Bob's a badass looking bike. I'm gonna go pee, and I'm gonna let you answer this question.
Get the fuck out of here.
Okay, bye.
Yep. See ya. All right, so now that we got rid of his ass, I'm gonna have some fun. No, so I mean, to me they're built better. They're way easier to own. So if you're the type of guy that does their own service on the bike, this is the easiest one to go. This is the easiest one to look at it from the outside looking in. If you're the type of guy that wants to service his own motorcycle, these twin cams and these motors from Harley, they have 3 separate oils. You have separate primary, separate transmission, and the separate motor oil. So that's 3 different oils, 3 different fills. It's just kind of a pain in the ass. So the Indian is a unit construction motor. It's one oil. Like, you fill it up and then you drain it and then you fill it back up. Like, it's really, really easy to work on in regards to just routine service. This is a big one. And if you've owned a Harley or you've researched Harleys, then this is big time, because they use chain driven cams and primaries, and that little shoe in there is plastic and it wears out and it blows up and you have to fix it. And then everybody spends a bunch of money making them gear driven at that point. And the Indian stock comes with gear driven cams and primaries. So they're a hell of a lot more reliable. Not saying that there hasn't been Harleys that I've owned that had zero issues. There's plenty of motorcycles that Harley's created that have had no problems. And then there's a lot that do. And those issues are known issues. They absolutely know it. And it's a very simple and pretty small cost to fix it. And they don't. So, power wise, the new Milwaukee 8 motors, they're pretty stout and they give you plenty of power. I think they're coming like with 114 motors that are 120 foot-pounds of torque, real similar torque with the between the Indian and the Harley. Horsepower is probably actually real close to the same too. Power-wise, they're probably really similar. For me, I prefer the look. I really like that flathead look and style on the Indian. They're just unique. You have thousands and thousands of Harleys on the road, and the Indians, as many as we sell, and we sell quite a few, you still see one, and there's like this mystique around it. And so I really enjoy the looks.
Yeah, every time I drive around and I see an Indian, it's like, that's different.
Yeah, it is. And we've been doing this for 5 years now. And so it's been incredible.
I see a lot around Tucson, and I mean I see Dynas and stuff, and I see Sportsters and stuff, but then all of a sudden I see an Indian and there's just like this different posture.
Yeah, it's just
that's the best way I could put it, is a posture.
I like to say mystique because it sounds better.
That's an X-Men.
Posture.
That's
There's a different posture.
There's you making fun of my shit.
Shut the fuck up, man. Different posture. He stands a little straighter on that Indian.
His back is a little straight. He's not gonna get the scoliosis and kyphosis. Shut up.
Oh, man.
Shit. I'm trying to. You know what? Whatever. Go ahead. Keep talking.
Yeah, see ya.
Do your thing.
Adios. No. So that's a big reason why I'm really why I really like the Indians. And I'm a very big believer. We've been doing this a long time, and there hasn't been a lot of issues, man. I mean, there's been like 2, and and they're simple and they're fixed and they're good to go. Like, it's crazy. So my vintage, the only problem I had with my vintage is that the analog fuel gauge surged. So it moved up and down every now and then. They replaced it. Done. Never had a problem ever again. It's amazing. So I don't know. That's why I feel they're a little better. Harleys have outsourced so many parts.
I was gonna say, because they talk about Harleys as in not an American bike, but assembled in America.
Yeah, I mean they're still. I still look at Harley as an American-made bike.
Okay,
but I mean they are for the most part just assembled, because it's probably 70% foreign. Like parts, outsourced parts, frames, parts. Like there's a lot of stuff that they outsource. Whereas Indian, not 100% of Indian is American made. I mean, like wiring harnesses, nobody in the States doing that. And it's not cost effective. You got a bunch of Chinese dudes over there probably doing that shit for pennies on the dollar. So business sense, I mean, I think Indian is like 75, like 80% American made as far as like full on parts, where Harley's probably 40, I think. Mm-hmm. But don't take that, to the bank, because I don't know for sure, but I know that a lot of that stuff is foreign made, and it's nutty. It's crazy, because it's just because they assemble them doesn't mean that they're using American made parts.
When I think about it, it's like there's not really a bad thing about foreign made. I mean, Japanese bikes
Yamahas are great. And Hondas are great.
Hondas are great. So it all depends on where it's being made.
It's a bunch of rednecks that have been riding fucking Harleys for the last 60 years, and they're saying, "Oh my God, I gotta buy American," and they swear up and down that it doesn't fucking matter. Where they can go out right now and pay half and buy a better motorcycle and
more
be
tech,
super happy, but they don't give a shit. Deal with this on a daily basis. I swear to God.
Boom.
It's incredible to think. So I'm really going to be really happy when these old Harley people die and we don't have to fuck with it anymore. It's going to be awesome. Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. No, I completely agree. not because you're Matt and you're my friend, but I completely agree. Is that it's like, at the end of the day, if you can buy a bike that's half the cost with better tech, that's why I didn't include any Harleys in my 2018 best cruisers. Like I did Triumph, I did Yamaha, I did all that stuff, and everyone's like, "Why didn't you include a fucking Harley?" It's like, because they're not the best cruisers of 2018 when I first did this video. It's like you could buy bikes that are cheaper and you actually get like a tachometer, you get like actual lean angle adjustments, you get traction control, different sport modes. And you could buy a Street 500, and there's nothing wrong with Street 500s. I think Street 500s are great. I had a lot of fun on when I did the class, but
there's so many better bikes out
there. But there's better bikes out there.
Yeah.
Like when I rode it, I was like, this is fun. But then I'm also looking at it objectively. I'm like, fuck yeah, boy. When I look back at it, it's like this thing only has a speedometer, and it costs more than the Kawasaki Vulcan S. And the Kawasaki Vulcan S has a fast motor, and you can do a lot, and it's cheaper. And it has that ergo fit and all that other shit.
Yeah, ergo fit's really neat because it's like the only bike out there that you can you don't have to buy anything.
Yeah.
Whereas like Scout, you can make a Scout fit a lot of different people. You gotta buy shit in order to do it.
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
Yeah, it's really cool. So I completely agree with that whole thing. I wish Harley people would die. Anyways, so to jump back in to go on the questions, because we're having a lot of fun here. This is a lot of fun. Thank you guys for supporting the stream. Make sure you guys are sharing. Make sure you guys are subscribing. This does help a lot. This is something that we would love to keep doing, but we can only do it with your support. So Chris Johnson, is there a mechanical advantage to separate oil engines? So I know that the Indians have the same. Mm-hmm. I think you guys were talking about that when I was taking a piss. So you guys, so they have the same. So like for the Harley, I have the transmission oil and then I have engine oil. I can't think of there's a mechanical advantage to that.
No, but Harley likes to say shit like, if you have it separate, the viscosity is pure for long. No, that doesn't sound like a Harley guy at all.
No. You had like a British accent with a monocle. It's like, shit. So we just talked about how Harley people are like stupid and stuff. I'm just kidding. No,
I don't think there's a mechanical advantage to separate oil engines, because if it was, Harley's the only person that does it. So if there was an advantage, there would be a laundry list of manufacturers that do it the same way.
I was going to say Honda and all of them would have been doing it years before Harley did it.
At least, this is opinionated, and that's how I feel about it.
That's the point of this show, is that we're opinionated.
If it was better, people would do it. Other people would do it. The fact is that it's not better, and they're retarded.
Okay. If you look up the dictionary in Webster's, is that retarded means slow, not. Look up the medical term. Anyways, so that's the part of why I love hard octane is I've seen one. I put exactly. So when I'm typing, it's because it's me. Lovato says, what about Honda compared to Indians? Now there's a lot of, for me personally, I know you asked Matt, but I'm gonna answer a little bit real quick. Is that Indians are great and Hondas are great. Harleys are fun. They're great. It all really depends on your budget and kind of what you want and everything. Honda, you can't really compare a Honda Rebel 500 to an Indian Scout 60, other than the seat height is about the same. It's really all you can do. Honda makes a bunch of different bikes. Indians makes some really cool looking bikes. And but then again, once again, this is a Matt question, so go ahead if you want. Go ahead.
It's so the Hondas do unit construction motors too. So it's one oil. They're easy to work on. They're extremely reliable.
This is why I like Matt.
They're extremely powerful. The problem with it's all personal preference. Like if you like the look of Hondas, then you're great and you're buying a quality bike. If you like the look of Indians, which I do, you're buying.
Let's do it. Cheers.
You're also buying a quality bike. So
805 and Newcastle. Go ahead.
Newcastle has lots of carcinogens, and that's what I love most.
Only in the state of California.
About Newcastle is that I love carcinogens.
No,
so.
if you drink it in the state of California, it has carcinogens, but we're in Arizona,
so we're good.
There's no
We're good.
carcinogens.
All right. So Honda and Indians, I mean, so the big Honda motors, you know, the V twins, like the 1800s and stuff like that, they're powerful. They're extremely powerful. So you're going to have powerful bike out of Honda. You're going to have reliability, and that compares the same. You know, they're both comparable in that sense, is that they're both powerful and reliable. It boils down to looks, you know.
Yeah, at that point, the ergonomics and looks, I think, is very important.
Honda has a real kind of like a real plasticky vibe. You know, they use a lot of plastic on their motorcycles.
I was gonna just to jump in right there. The Honda Rebel. I'm sorry. The Honda. Hey, I'm drinking. I like to interrupt you. The Honda Rebel did have. It felt like a lot of plastic.
Yeah, I mean, all of them have a lot of plastic. The one in particular, this is a good one. If you own one of these, I'm not upset with you. It's a cool bike and it's powerful. It's just plasticky as all shit. So it's a Honda Fury. And it's all raked out and it looks like a fucking chopper. And the cylinder head, the whole motor's made out of plastic. It's incredible that they pulled this off.
I'll say it looks cool in pictures.
Yeah, sure. And that's it. No. It probably rides okay and it's powerful and it's fine, but man, there's so much plastic. So that's the thing. But you also pay a hell of a lot more for the Indian. You're paying for the name. You're paying for the fact that it's American made, because us Americans charge up the ass for everything.
Fuck, we do.
And it's also a hell of a lot of metal. There's not a lot of plastic on it, so those are your big differences.
Well, to jump into that, I'm gonna play devil's advocate on some of this stuff.
I wouldn't.
Metal's heavy as fuck. Like could you get composite materials out there that are just as strong? I mean, we all talk about metal as in being like a merc, and we all talk about metal as in like the standard, but there are some badass materials out there that maybe Honda or Yamaha or somebody is like, let's try this shit out, and if it works, it works, and we know the statistics, the objective stuff on it. Maybe it works. Maybe it's strong as fuck.
Well, they don't do that yet.
Okay. So maybe I'm not gonna argue. I just wanted to bring that point. I wanted you to either agree or disagree.
What if they made the whole fucking thing out of carbon fiber?
It would shatter.
You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of materials out there that are really, really, really neat. Metal is just, I mean, it's just the way it is, and it's the way we've been for years, and it's probably a lot of this is part of these old ass Harley guys, with the same kind of style, and what they want is, it's metal, I gotta have that metal.
Everything has to be metal.
So it's
everything.
It's
the seat has to be metal.
It takes a lot more money to obviously do this stuff. I'm sorry.
Very good.
And then I prefer metal. Plastic does give you a different look.
It does. It gives a different look. I understand. Yeah. But people do like fairings. There's a reason why there's naked bikes and there's sport bikes.
Totally.
There you go.
If you want a Honda, you're all right, man. You can buy Honda. They're good bikes. All the foreign made bikes are great.
Honestly, yeah, a lot of
Yamaha makes some fucking incredible motorcycles. They make some badass ones.
I'm really liking Honda's
FZ09.
Yeah.
FZ09 or no.
FC10.
I like the one.
MT10.
No, not the FC10. It's the 900 3-cylinder motor. Okay. It's the triple, but it's the what is it called? XSR.
I don't know what that is.
I think it's called an XSR.
I'll look it up once I sober up a little bit. Wicked. Is that a bike? Oh, damn. I'm listening to it, and that sounds really cool. And you're like, wicked.
I do sound really cool. Thank you. Anyway, go on.
So I highlighted the next topic. Sorry, we're spending a lot of time. This is a lot of fun, actually. This is just Matt and I hanging out. That's the whole point of this whole channel anyways. You guys are just along for the ride. Sean Pinkerton, sorry if you're not here in the chat anymore, but maybe Dan and Matt should do a video on engine size and what it means for different types of bikes. And what I get from that is that like a 1200 Sportster is a lot different than the BMW 1000 RR. Mm-hmm. It's Sportster is 200 cc's more, but that 100 or 1000 RR is way faster.
Of course. Yeah, no, we touched on
Wait.
this on like the beginner bike video that we did. That you know,
we did.
I mean, there's so many different styles of motorcycles where if you had a 600cc like a Yamaha V 650, like the custom, like the V Star, and then you had a R6 with 50cc difference there, but that R6 would kick the shit out of that 650, and as far as power goes. So so many different motorcycles, motor styles out there that displacements. It's not everything. And there's that one. It's probably a fucking Harley thing when they go, well, there's no replacement for displacement.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
That's what they say.
That sounds a lot like what a Harley would say.
Isn't it? So no, I don't.
Replacement for displacement. Fucking shit, man.
I don't know. That might be a hot rod guy, a car guy.
That
thing.
might be.
I think I heard Vin Diesel say that in Fast and the Furious.
Oh, if he says it, then it's true.
I'm pretty sure he says that.
That's gospel.
If it's Vin Diesel saying it?
Yeah, if he says it, but if he says it like with that deep voice, like from Pitch Black, I think it's gospel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. There's
he did good in Pitch
no
Black.
replacement for displacement.
No replacement for displacement.
Is that how he says it?
I think so. Well, I've never watched Fast and Furious. I think I watched the first two.
I did. I watched it.
I watched the first two. I didn't watch Tokyo Drift.
He goes when he goes, it doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning.
That was the first one.
Yeah, man.
That was like 2003, 2 or 3. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
That was terrible. I remember watching that at.
We should watch it right now.
The Plaza 5.
You want to watch? Oh, Plaza 5 theater.
Yeah. Hashtag if Yuma.
Hashtag the only place to go in Yuma.
Anyways.
Oh, not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. It's a To move on, I agree, Gary. Harley mentality is still as fuck. It really is, and I kind of talked about that in my live stream earlier today with beginner riders and women riders, but that's something you're gonna have to watch a little bit later. But let's answer a question, Dan Shea. It's not really a question.
Yeah, it's a comment.
It's a comment,
Yeah,
but I want
a declaration.
but here's the thing: is like when I see that declaration, I see some intrigue. I think I'm going to buy an Indian this spring. So that to me sounds like somebody wants to buy something, don't know what they want to get, and not necessarily asking, but wants to know. You know what I mean?
Dan, you should come to Tucson.
There you go.
And buy
Honestly,
that Indian.
Dan, you should come to
And
Tucson.
then you can just ride at home wherever the fuck you live. So
he's leaving. He said, "Peace out." No, say Lovato said that. Go ahead.
No, he did say peace out.
Yeah,
I heard there was a story about all these Indians that aren't purchased in Tucson from me. They're breaking.
I heard about that too.
Yeah.
It's on the internet. It's got to be true. It was on BuzzFeed.
So if you should come and get one.
TMZ.
Yay.
Dan, if you're still here, let us know what it is that you are looking.
Model?
Well, like what is it you want to do? Remember we did that whole checklist where I came in.
This is what the whole video was about.
This whole video is like, I want to buy a bike. This is what I want to use it for. What should I get? And if you're looking at Indians, there is a bike for that. Get an FTR 1200. Sean Pinkerton, you work at Tucson Indian.
I am there every day of my life.
Every day of his life.
Yep.
I was there back in January. Sean, you probably met.
Oh, I remember
Matt.
you.
I don't remember anybody.
I fucking remember you, man.
Oh my gosh.
You came in on that
Chris
day
Johnson,
in
middle
January.
seats.
It was
middle
fucking
seats.
cold out that day, or at least I was. I don't know where you're from.
Yeah, January.
It was cold that day.
Of course, it was January.
Fucking
It's
snowed
super
like a
cold.
week before you were there. Man, I remember you.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. Let's move up. 2008 Yamaha Star 650 all metal and over 500 pounds, was as tough as a new rider. Yep. All metal will last a while, man. He's from Jersey. From
New
Jersey.
I did talk to you, man. I talked to a guy from Jersey in January.
Keep giving him more information. He'll just keep expanding on that.
Yep. Are you a Jets fan?
Or there's like a 20-second delay between what
I'm
we
just
say.
curious.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Bought a shirt.
Ah,
Okay, so you're the guy from Jersey back in January that bought a shirt.
Yeah.
I know how it works. I know how it works. Well, dang, why are you from Jersey all the way down to Tucson to buy a shirt? What were you doing?
Fucking vacation, man. It's January.
Oh, that's true. Jersey
January in
sucks.
Jersey must blow.
It must blow some shit. And then he comes down to
It's
Tucson.
like, oh man, shirts off, just walking around.
Honeymoon. Congratulations.
Oh,
Hey,
shit, yeah.
cheers, yeah.
Cheers, Sean. Woohoo.
Cheers, Sean
Man.
Pinkerton. Did she take your last name? Or what?
Weird fucking question.
Well, I asked that because I just felt like it. Jersey sucks all the time. See, here's the thing about Tucson. Why did you choose Tucson for, now we're just having a conversation with Sean Pinkerton here. I know it's like a 20-second delay and everything, but why would you choose Tucson for a honeymoon from Jersey? Why didn't you choose Sedona or California or Colorado and get high?
It's probably cheaper.
Okay. All right, he answered my question.
All right, cool.
What do you think is the ugliest bike out there? Ooh, that's a great one.
Ooh,
Warm weather. Oh, one sec. Sean Pinkerton says, let's go ahead and think about that. I'll go ahead and talk about this. So think about it. Just think about it. Warm weather. Sister lives up in Flagstaff.
2012 Nightsters are ugly as
Shut
shit.
the fuck up. That's what I have. Hey. All right, Sean. Nice to have you here, man. Congratulations on the marriage.
Ugly.
I got married in January too, so that's awesome.
Ugliest bike out there. Fuck, there's so many. There's so many that start with H.
Honda? Car?
No, Harley.
Harley. Shit, I'm trying to think of an ugly. I honestly think people are saying the Nikon, the Yamaha Nikon is ugly. That's that one with the two front
wheels in front. Nah,
I think
man,
that looks badass.
I think it's cool. I don't mind that bike at all. And I'm not gonna talk shit about that bike until like I ride it because it looks fucking sweet.
Dude, somebody was talking about it in the Discord and they're like talking about like the lean angle and stuff, and I found some pictures.
It absolutely.
They're
leans
dragging
over.
knees on
Yeah.
that shit. Yeah.
Fuck, ugliest bike out there. God, that
Ugliest bike. I'm trying to think of like cruisers. That's the first thing that pops in my head. An ugly ass cruiser.
Ugly.
But the thing is, when I think of ugly, I think of like unique. Like for me, the Buell, like that little hornet eye, that little thing that sticks out.
Yeah.
That looks pretty damn ugly, but it's like, man, that's so unique. Nobody else has that.
Yeah, I mean, you could say ugly is unique. That's okay. It could still be ugly and still unique.
Yeah,
so
like your color scheme.
You're pretty unique.
Ah, shut the fuck up.
But you ugly as shit too.
I'm unique though. Go fuck yourself.
Oh damn. So
that is a good question. I would have to like look up world's ugliest bikes on Google. So what do you guys think? Here, we're gonna throw it back at you. That was a great question. So Chris Johnson says, "What do you think is the ugliest bike out there?" We got 17 people in here. So Ducati Passo, Indian Van Dyke.
Peso.
No, it's
Ducati Peso.
No, I'm gonna eat some Polo
Ducati Peso. Ducati Peso.
Ducati Passo. Let's see. Let's look up a Ducati.
What the man?
Dude, 72 horsepower. That's more than a Harley, though.
Hey, to be fair, that says 1986, and I ain't even old enough for that shit. So
with the slogan "El nostro passato aún."
There's a lot of old bikes
futuro.
that are pretty ugly. I'm trying to think of something like newer, like
what's a new ugly
last
bike?
few years type of bike.
There's been some really good looking bikes nowadays, like the
I think people want to sell their motorcycles, so they try not to make them ugly.
Isn't that
as
weird?
Shit. So
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, what a concept.
Yeah. Well, then we have to think about what's an older bike that's ugly as fuck.
No, I'm trying to think of newer bikes.
Well, I was gonna say the new bikes look really good. I don't
like the FXDR.
I don't like that either. I think that was and I don't want to talk too much shit about it because Blockhead bought one. He traded his Dyna for that.
Man, it was a mistake though. I don't give a fuck.
Chris Johnson says the new KLRs are kind of weird looking. I thought they got rid of the KLR 650.
KLRs in general are kind of odd looking.
I thought they. Even
the one you had was weird. You know, they're just.
Well, I had a 20 or 2009, but I heard they got rid of KLR 650s.
Yeah, I mean, when you don't sell them, it's probably a good idea.
No, they were like really popular
because they're cheap.
They're cheap and they were a mule. That was the big thing.
Man, I'm trying to think. So, in the cruiser world,
he says Moto Dave says Suzuki makes ugly cruisers.
Suzuki C50, C90, M109.
Let's see.
I don't know if I mind the Suzuki cruisers. The the T250 or whatever the fuck they call that one.
They don't look too bad.
I don't think the Suzuki cruisers are all that bad.
So, but here's the thing: it's like when I like to play not necessarily devil's advocate, but it's like of cruisers, because there's really like a generalized idea of what a cruiser is. So Harley kind of took that over. So if you trying to differentiate a little bit from it, some people might say that's ugly.
The Harleys?
Let's say Suzuki's like, I'm gonna try something different. I want to make something a little bit different.
If you're a Harley guy, anything that doesn't say Harley is ugly.
Yeah, that's true. You know, one thing I did see, I saw like on an Instagram post, and we're kind of just jumping off, is that I saw an Instagram post on the tank. It said Harley Davidson, but it was an inline 4. I thought that was weird as shit.
Is that like a concept?
No, it was some dude riding around. It said Harley Davidson on the gas tank, but it was an inline 4 because you could see the 4 exhaust. Freaking, it was weird. It's like he just pasted on
Harley.
See,
Nice.
it makes your bike a little bit better.
It's a Harley.
It's Harley. Harley Davidson.
So Chris Johnson, they did. I meant the 2010 to 2018. I think they killed the KLR mainly due to emissions. So I had a 2009, I think, and it was like the first year of the new model. And I honestly think the older model, the one that they had before that, was a lot better. But I heard that they fixed some oil issues. And like it messing everything up. Oh shit! We just Googled ugliest motorcycles. What is going on with you?
Look at number 1.
All right, let's click on the Eat Sleep Ride. EatSleepRide.com actually used my logo for their app. So, anyways, we're on the Eat Sleep Ride app. We just literally Googled ugliest motorcycles, and he's laughing his hardest right now.
Oh fuck!
And the first one, go ahead, you take it off because you're laughing so hard.
Number one on the ugliest motorcycle list is a Harley Davidson Road Glide Ultra.
It's an ugly ass bike. Here's one thing we could do.
God, man, that makes my fucking heart happy.
We're gonna do something fun. I know how to do some stuff.
Shit.
So let's do a window capture. Actually, let's do.
It says in no particular order, but they full of shit. They put that thing first because they're real about it. Oh man, that's great. I'm so happy.
This shit's funny. Actually, we won't be able to mess with it. So, anyways, we're on EatSleepRide.com. Top 10 ugliest motorcycles. Like I said, Eat Sleep Ride actually used my picture for. I posted it in the chat. So, anyways, Harley Davidson Ultra Guide. Glide Ultras. I have to confess, I am no real lover of Harley Davidsons, but I never go as far as to say they're ugly. Except the one Taramadu owns. Okay, whatever. But this is wrong. It's a big bike, and they've done nothing in the design to disguise the fact that you're riding a very large armchair down the highway. There's some people that really love that bike.
They love the Road Glide. So, and a lot of those guys are just partial to the fact that it has a fixed fairing.
And remember last stream,
if someone else made a fixed fairing bike that was good,
like Indian. They need to make one. Because
Then it would be-
remember last stream we talked about somebody said they would buy an Indian if there was a fixed
If it was fixed fairing.
fixed
That's right.
fairing.
So, I mean, so American-made bikes, if you want a fixed fairing, this is it.
That's all you
know,
get.
You used to have the Victory Vision, which looked like the fucking George Jetson mobile. Like a fucking spaceship. And we sold 2 a year.
2 a year.
Yeah, look at that for a while. Yeah, boat. But anyway, so yeah, if Indian makes a fixed fairing bike, there's guys out there that are diehard fixed fairing guys, and they buy Road Glides. Road Glide Ultra looks like utter shit.
I'm looking at the picture. It looks like utter shit. Remember what I talked about Buell?
Yep, there's a Buell.
So the Buell Thunderbolt S3T. So if you guys want to look that up. I know a lot of you guys are using mobile, so if you actually do look it up, you're going to get away from the stream. Please do not get away from the stream. It does help out. The Buell Thunderbolt S3T is an ugly,
Duck.
but unique.
But it's got saddlebags.
I was gonna say if it didn't have saddlebags, it would look about 0.5% ugly.
I feel so bad for Eric Buell, man. He
made some good bikes.
Made some really cool motorcycles,
On
and
the way-
Harley just fucked him.
Yeah, they did.
I feel like that was the worst decision that he could have made, was to try to get in bed with those guys. I understand the thought process behind it because it's Harley, and they're a cash cow, and if anybody's going to be able to push your product, it's those guys.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is when those showed up on Harley dealerships,
They didn't sell?
the old Harley mentality was like, it's a Harley. And so they didn't fucking move them.
That's such
and
bullshit.
They didn't sell them. And so
They're good bikes, though,
yeah,
right?
man, they're powerful. They're angry. They're cool. I mean, obviously, this one looks like utter shit.
Yeah, this one looks like shit.
But man, some of those were cool. And then when he had the BLR, or whatever the fuck he called it, Buell Racing, the sport bikes that he just had a couple years ago before he shut down. Like
He tried again.
Yeah, I mean, when you're so small, and Buell was an utter failure for Harley. I mean, it's hard to come back from that. But that dude is fucking serious. And he's a genius, and he can make some quality bikes.
He needs to
Harley fucked him.
He needs to get away from. I mean, he worked for Harley, and then he made the racing bikes, and he made his own thing, and then he tried to merge back with Harley with his own thing. He's smart. He has the shit, but it's just that Harley. It's like they have the Harley, the 2020 Street Fighter that's coming out. That could have been a Buell.
Sure.
But I think they're
made
really,
a quality bike. They just didn't give a damn about his bikes.
Yeah, that's true. All right, let's go to the next one.
Oh, I don't mind that one.
The Ducati Multistrada 1100S. You don't mind that one?
No, it's got Olin suspension. This thing's dope. No, I don't think that's bad at all.
So, guys, what we're doing is that we are on the website eatsleepride.com, and I'm going to post once again.
None
so
of
if
us
you
work
want
for
to
them.
follow along, if you're on desktop, it's a little bit easier to follow along.
Oh.
Ooh, the
That
Bimota
one doesn't look.
Tessie 3D.
Look at that fucking front end.
Is that all-wheel
There's
drive?
no forks.
Is that
Look, there's
all-wheel
no
drive?
forks.
Was that all? Because I've seen some all-wheel drive ones that are
No,
like that.
I don't see any
Okay,
drive.
so-
I don't see a chain or a
Let's
drive
see. It
shaft.
says in the way the front is just hovering in midair is there's no front forks. It's an overbite worthy of a Simpsons. Shut up. It looks pretty cool.
Dude,
It
I
looks
think it
unique.
looks really cool.
So
and
remember
I would have that.
Remember when I said some ugly bikes are just unique?
That's one. That's absolutely
That's the
one of
unique
them.
bike.
That's insane looking. I'd go for that.
Oh, are you talking about the Magna?
The Magna. The Magna was wild because it was a V4 and it was powerful as fuck and nobody cared about it.
This is exactly why I want Matt to make videos, because I had no fucking clue about that. They're talking about the ugly pipes, though. But
Yeah, I mean, so you have four exhaust pipes, and then you come out. This one, I mean, it was the Magnum was a V4, and a lot of people liked it. It was hideous, but I mean, it was still powerful. It's a fun bike.
Yeah, it looks like a fun cruiser, and
When you have a
comfy ass
V4
seat.
and it's only a small displacement, it's okay because it's a 4-banger.
Okay, this next one though.
The Rune.
The Honda Valkyrie Rune looks like absolute dog shit to me. I'm sorry, it just
No,
looks like a pile of fucking shit.
The Rune looked like shit, but it was powerful as fuck. I mean, that's
I'm saying it looks like power. It looks like it has a Dodge
that's
Viper
like a Honda
engine.
Civic motor.
Okay, well, I said Dodge Viper. You said Honda Civic. There's a little bit difference there.
Slightly.
The headlight, though, gives it a little bit extra power. There's a little bit extra horsepower with how long the headlight is. But damn, look at that front suspension. Is there like 5 different fucking...
Yeah, man, that thing looks fucking weird. I don't see those too often. Those are really unique when you see a room.
Before we jump into
sold 4.
They sold 4. Before we jump into this thing, hopefully you guys are following along because this is a lot of fun. So we're definitely going to make a podcast of this. I'm going to find out a way to export the audio to Spotify or something like that. Because
you're not recording?
Yeah, we're recording now.
Oh, wait until the...
Yeah, but the audio sounds really good. Honestly, I'm listening to it right now. The Hounder... Oh, okay, no. The KTM 690... Which one was this? Because the KTM 690 nowadays look a little bit different.
It's the Duke. Yeah, they styled it differently, but this... I like the headlight bezel with the front fender.
No, they're saving you money. And then I like how the exhaust just shoots straight up and then shoots right out the ass.
Yeah. The bike's probably not that bad. KTM makes some pretty fucking wicked motorcycles. This one's like really super moto style.
Yeah, it looks.
If they figured out that front end fender looking fucking thing,
a little bit better.
If you were to pull that off and just keep a headlight there, that thing wouldn't look that bad.
No. Just cut that shit off. Get a sawzall.
There you go.
Just cut that shit off.
The sawzall is absolutely necessary in any man's motorcycle tool chest.
So it looks like Ian Van Dyke is following along with us, and we are on the KTM 690 on this website, and the exhaust looks really weird. You can definitely see it on the other side. There's like that. I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah,
because you're gonna do a fender eliminator right there.
And here's the fucking problem, though. I mean, you can swap exhaust and put something else on there. That's true. Cool, and this bike looks fucking sweet. It'll be fun.
This reminds me of those old ass gas masks that like in the 1930s that they used to have. You know, like those long ass like.
Oh yeah, man, that'd be cool to have.
Like they're scary as shit.
Yeah,
I'd wear it. Anyways, Suzuki RE5.
What the fuck is that on the headlight?
The first thing that pops into my head is that big ass dog with that freaking little collar. Like, I'm gonna go rescue some people. I got medicine in my little thing. That's what I see right there. What the fuck is that?
It's a thermos flask.
Are you serious?
It's free.
Free thermos flask welded to the highlight or the headlight. Oh,
holy shit. Now that I know that it's a thermos flask, I'm all about it.
Yeah, I'm fine with it now.
I love it.
That radiator
I think that bike is fucking awesome, and I need to find me an RE5.
We should go find one.
Oh, we should look.
I
like it a lot.
Ian Van Dyke says, I own one of those, LOL, parentheses, the mask.
The mask.
So if you own one of those masks, you are very special. Damn, dude, they're talking shit about the Hayabusa.
I hope there's no,
They quit making those.
East Coast, sport bike guys. They're all Busas.
Okay, before we jump into the Hayabusa, because the Suzuki Hayabusa is on the top 10 ugliest motorcycles on this website, Eat Sleep Ride. What about, before we jump in, let's do some variations on this. What about a stretched out Hayabusa?
Yeah, so if you're going to have a Busa, you need at least an 18-inch extended swing arm.
Okay. What about 20? Can we do 20?
20 is too far.
20 is too far? So 18 to 19 is what you need.
No, man. I said 18.
You said at least 18. I said 20, and you're like, that's too far. So I'm thinking 18, 20.
Oh, that's fair. 18, that's absolutely what I said.
So I was... I'm
just fucking with you, man.
So at minimum, let's do at minimum 18-inch swing arm for the rear, because if you don't have that, you will wheelie and kill 17 babies. Bystanders.
Yeah. Typically, folks from
stretched out tubo Busa boy,
like the Jersey girls.
Damn,
you're probably gonna run into a lot of Jersey girls.
See, at this point, this podcast turned into us just
shit talking.
What's
next? Busa is not.
It's a powerful bike, though, right?
It's super powerful. It's fast as fuck in a straight line. It doesn't handle for shit because the wheelbase.
Yeah, the
Um,
wheelbase is really long.
But you know, it's fine. People want to go fast, they get boosters. No,
oh
there's the Victory
shit!
Vision,
No,
so there's the Jetson
should we
mobile.
skip that because you used to sell those?
I still have 2 for sale right now. You
It's
can't find
been
them anywhere. Come and get them.
Oh, for fuck's
No,
sake!
they're used. They're not new.
I remember seeing somebody. Here's the thing, guys. We're talking about the Victory Vision. It is an ugly as fuck bike. I remember a couple years ago when I was hosting the CPAT, which is the Candidate Physical Ability Test for firefighters out in Yuma, Arizona.
CPAT.
And somebody showed up on a Victory Vision. And I was like, what the fuck is that bike?
What's up, George Jetson?
That motherfucker failed.
Yeah.
I don't care who it was. I mean, I don't,
probably should have.
he's not watching my stream or anything like that, but he like failed the Stairmasters part.
Oh, well,
And I looked at him and was like, dude, you bought an ugly ass fucking bike.
nobody that rides a Vision uses a Stairmaster, so that's probably fine.
Oh, for fuck's sake, dude. This thing it looks like a
All right,
scooter.
So I got to say one thing. So it looks fucking weird.
It's a scooter.
But the people that ride it fucking love it. You have to look past you know what it looks like,
I was only talking shit about one guy, so there's
and then
other
ride
people
it.
out there.
And the guys that actually go out and ride that, they love it, and it's fucking crazy. The real problem that I have with the Vision, outside of that, it looks like a spaceship. It's the saddlebags. The saddlebags.
They're like super integrated into the bike.
Yes, they are.
No, that's cool.
But
it's a
they're
spaceship.
This big.
Oh.
So you like flip it down, they're this fucking.
You
big.
could put a 40 in there, not a 6-pack though.
Yep.
That sucks.
It's fucking wild.
I just bought a 6-pack too, and you can't even fit that shit in there.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. What about that big ass hump on the back though?
The trunk?
Yeah, the trunk.
The trunk's not that bad. It's okay. A lot of it's the front end. I mean, the lines and stuff, they go together. I mean, it's fucking weird.
I saw him turn that bike and I thought it was retarded.
There is a huge like cult following with Visions, and people are like customizing them and putting like 30-inch wheels on them.
Oh,
It's fucking crazy.
Shit.
They
Ian Van
look
Dyke.
extremely spaceshipy though.
Ian Van Dyke wants us to read the description on that one. Should I read it since I have my mouth right on the mic?
Yeah, go
All
ahead.
right, I'm going to read it since I have my mouth on the mic.
Okay.
I know these are popular, at least in North America. I know they're supposed to ride really well, and I know their owners love them.
Yes.
But
That's all
please,
accurate.
but it looks like it was designed by someone that designed cars in the 1930s. It's almost as if the designer is afraid of edges. Maybe I'm wrong, but I instantly assume anyone who rides it secretly wants to be Flash Gordon. But here's the thing. Flash Gordon, I'm sorry. Now I want this bike.
Death to me.
Now I want this bike. I want to be Flash Gordon. Oh shit, we're not even close. We are close, but we're not even there yet. And the winner is.
That's it, man.
That's
it.
10. That was 10.
All right, I guess I don't know.
What the fuck? Man, having fun with that one.
All right, so
Ian Van Dyke
moral of the story here is that the Road Glide Ultra was number 1 on that list.
Victory Vision looks like a tape dispenser. Fucking yeah,
it's
Ryan.
Funny, man.
Fuck
it's such
yeah,
an odd
dude.
bike, but no shit though. The people that actually ride it love it. It's fucking crazy.
They love that bike. They love it, boy. Oh my gosh, that shit was fun. That right there is a segment of itself. That's a cool looking bike. We're looking at some stuff. We're looking at some weird stuff. Web pages has ads on
Ads.
it. Fuck that shit.
It's like a Dan the Fireman video.
I don't. Speaking of which, if you guys would like to support this stream, please click that subscribe button. I'm pretty sure you guys already subscribed, but please like it. Anyways, there's not much you guys can do other than the fact that you just keep watching the video. It gives us watch time, and it really does help out the channel. We're having a lot of fun. This is something that him and I like to do. Even like time for that Uber, Dan. I might just sleep. This is just something that we're having fun. So we'll probably be streaming for another 15 minutes at most. So we're gonna make it a 2-hour stream. Last time we made it a 1 hour, but this will be a little bit fun. So what type of topic would you guys like us to finish on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of topic?
What kind of topic? What kind of beer are we drinking? Well, that's a great question, Daniel. I'm drinking the 805. I've already had a Four Peaks Sun Brew. And then Matt and I were having a little bit of fun with the Dillinger Brewing.
The Del Bach and Busso.
The
Or Bennu. I don't fucking remember, but it was weird. I think it's Bennu.
And then
but they don't make it anymore, and I'm really bummed because it tastes so good.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
It's really good.
It tasted like wine with beer. It was really weird.
We have a lot of different beers.
A lot of different beers.
Yeah. Tucson has a fuckload of breweries, man.
Yeah, they do.
It's pretty wild. So
then each brewery has a lot of beers, so gotta try them all.
Who knew? So yeah, we there's a brewery like 50 yards from my work, so I spend a lot of time there on the clock.
Shit, you know. Oh damn, I'm looking. Okay. Keep going about beers. I'm looking up the Honda MM4.
That thing looks fucking gnarly. That says 2018.
Oh shit, they're still making them? Fuck.
What?
That is the new Victory Vision.
No trunk though. I wouldn't buy it.
But maybe it has a bigger
a
saddlebag. It's only 670cc fuel injected engine. But it's got an automatic dual clutch transmission. Integrated saddlebags. I don't know about that, man.
Got floorboards.
It's got the floor. It looks really mean up front. I mean, when you're cruising down the street with that.
They probably should have pulled the goddamn backrest out.
Yeah, that
goes all the way to my neck.
Yeah, that that should be behind the passenger, honestly.
No, I mean, it's okay to have a rider backrest because people, like me, I mean, you get a bad back and shit like that. Your photos, though, in order to show it off, should probably not have it because it looks way better with
it doesn't look way better. It just
what?
Looks okay.
Shut the fuck up.
It still looks like shit. Oh my god, this is terrible.
Hey-o, comments.
Is there any disadvantage to KTM style throttle cable routing? It goes behind the bars instead of front. I don't think there's really a difference.
No.
As long as they're not crimped and
there's no
up.
Disadvantage. KTM's fine.
KTM seems to be.
They do a good job.
I was gonna say they know what they're doing.
They do a good job. You're all right.
So I know y'all.
If you don't like the way it looks, you can always route it differently. But
this probably like the times you've asked about the Honda Aero. Let's look it up, bro. I know what it looks like. It has that big ass front. Let's see. Right there. Not that big of a front. It looks perfectly fine.
Honda Shadow's a good bike.
Yeah, Shadow's a great bike. NM4 isn't as bad as the Vision. Yeah, I mean the Vision has that big ass back end.
Vision's fucking weird. It rides really good though.
I bet you it does.
Well, I'm telling you that it does.
Have you ridden one?
Yeah. I used to sell those fucking things.
Sorry about that.
One every now and then.
One every 7 years.
That's how it felt. Fucking eternity. We sold a Vision and we were like, oh my God. We have so much room for activities.
The Vision is thick, bro. It's thick.
Juicy.
It's juicy over here.
Shit.
I figured we could look at something nice after all those ugly bikes. Yeah, no.
Honda Shadow looks good.
Honda Shadow Aero.
It looks identical though that it has like in the fucking 20 years, 30 years.
Is that right there? Is that that's no, that's disc brake. I was thinking drum brake.
It looks like a drum, but
almost
that
looks
had
like
a
a drum
disc
brake.
on it, and then it had ABS.
Yeah. So
That
we're on the Honda.
That was abs.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see that. No, it's a great looking bike.
No, bike looks
Are you
good.
trying to trick us, bro?
Kind of shadow.
We were looking at ugly ass bikes, and you're over here telling us to look at a nice looking
Look
bike.
at the
I think
Honda Shadow.
I think you tricked us. I want to look at the MM4 again.
NM4 is sweet.
It stands out in the crowd. That's what it says on the website.
Stand out in the crowd.
Stand out. Everyone's gonna look at you when you ride down the street with this thing.
Be the only one to buy it ever. Oh shit!
Have a sport bike that you can have your feet forward
I
on
don't know if
floorboards.
that's a sport bike.
It looks like a sport
What's
bike.
the motor?
It's a 650, 670. The 670 6-speed.
What kind of? It's a twin.
Is it a twin?
That's what it
Oh
says.
Jesus! So it's underpowered too. All right, let's just exit out of that. That was ridiculous.
That thing's fucking weird.
It's so weird. We got about 7 more minutes on the stream. We doubled up the stream because we're having too much fun. So to end the stream on a different note, we're gonna talk a little bit and recap just a little bit.
We're gonna get serious now.
Super serious.
So serious.
So this is actually, we're not gonna recap anything. Screw that shit.
Yeah.
We got 7 minutes.
Y'all were
and-
there.
Yeah,
And if you
you-
weren't, you should have been.
Yeah, just rewind that shit. Here's the thing. Yeah, they can.
Oh, cool.
They can actually rewind it. Because I have it set for that. It's called the DVR, minimal playback buffering. Anyways, guys, this is something that new that we're trying to launch. Since you guys are still here and around. Ian Van Dyke says, thanks for making my night go faster. You guys are great. So obviously you like what we're doing. But I personally, from a content creator position, want to know if this is something you want to see more often. Now, obviously, this is probably going to be just once a week type of thing. And we're having fun once a week. But is this something that you would like in a YouTube channel and possibly a podcast, since we're working on the audio? So the podcast portion would be just the audio, obviously, on Spotify or something like that. And let me know if the audio is fine for you guys and it's not super crazy. But I like the fact that we are over here sitting and chilling with the chat. You know how I just moved it over towards no chat, and now we have chat. So do you like it like this more so? We're gonna get some feedback. Do you like it like this or like this? Let me know. You guys are the ones that are gonna be able to decide what's going on. So Dwayne Maury's been here since the beginning, because I remember you saying something.
Yeah, boy.
Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Yeah, boy. I appreciate it. For sure, great format. It's good to get both of you together to cross-examine the questions. Yeah, Ian, and a lot of the honestly, the point of this is for Matt and I can get together and drink some beers.
Fuck yeah.
That's pretty much it.
I like beer. Holy shit, I love beer.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Amanda didn't feed me anything, so I'm a little upset, but
Oh, fuck. Dan's in deep shit now.
she's over here freaking huffing some shit over here. But no, it's basically the point is for us to hang out and just to chill and talk motorcycles with some of you guys, and that's the point. So if you like these things, let us know. We want some constructive criticism, not just criticism.
You can criticize us. It doesn't matter if it's
I won't remember.
constructive,
I won't
so
remember shit.
We're good.
I loved your beginner tips, but now that I've progressed, I'm not really watching them anymore. The live streams are by far my favorite part of the channel now. Chris Johnson. So that's one of the things that I was trying to do on my channel, is that there's only so many beginner tips people can watch, and then after that they progress to just wanting to watch me doing whatever, talking about whatever. So I think at that point, I think that's where we're at. Hey, I was here for the first after the ride to get even bye. Corey Whitmore personally loves these streams. We're having fun. This is a once a week type of thing. Bringing a beer to the next stream. Got it. Yeah, let us know the next time you guys are showing up. what beers you guys are drinking.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I want to
Yeah.
know what everybody else is drinking.
I want to know what you guys are liking because I've had 4 different types of beers during this stream. I've had a Dale's Pale Ale from I don't remember, and this one has whiskey.
That one was brewed in a whiskey barrel.
So Dillinger Brewery, 10.8%. The IBUs means how dark it is.
It's tasty as fuck.
It was actually very tasty. That's the beer that I was drinking out of this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Delicioso. That's Spanish for delicious. And I had a 4 Peaks Sun Brew. And I had an 805. I'm still drinking the 805. I think that'll be my last one for the night. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Corey Whitmore is the one that suggested after the ride.
It's a good name. Thank you.
Name. So we're trying to combine knowledge, like Lovato said, with a little bit of entertainment and some good audio. So that's what we're trying to do. Yeah. Alexander Nunes, love this shit. You don't want any chat. You don't want chat. So you wanted something like this, where it's just us just sitting back talking. Is that what you rather have? Let us know. The chat was fun. So the very beginning, when we were just talking about a specific topic, we had it like this, and then when it came to the chat, it was really fun to be able to read, and you guys can see what the chat is all about. Ian Van Dyke, definitely enjoying this stream. I'm a CNA, and I don't get off until 11, and my client has been asleep since the 7:30, so I had nothing to do. Okay, cool. So we got about one more minute, and one more minute. We've been streaming for a long time, and I know Matt's been away from his familia over there.
You are my familiar, brain.
No, you wanna be with your familia. I gotta sober up. So this was fun, guys.
Well, cool, Ian. I'm glad, man, when you're on duty that you're not paying attention to shit other than us. So
especially the people
we appreciate that.
Especially the patients that you're supposed to be taking care of.
Yeah. Good job, man. We're here for you.
So long as you can see the chat, it don't matter if it is on screen. Okay, Ian. Let me know if you guys, just real quick, you guys are gonna be my the peoples. Let me know if you can see the chat itself. Can you read it? Are some of you on mobile? Because I know on mobile it's a little bit difficult. You're able to read it, Amanda? All right, cool. So that's cool. Because sometimes it's nice to be able to see the chat while I'm answering questions, or we're all answering questions. He has a baby cam.
Chris Johnson wants one more last. Yeah, boy!
Yeah, boy! Once again, guys, we'll do as many yeah boys if we have to. Know what I'm saying?
That looks fucking weird.
What, when I'm like all up on my face? Like this?
No.
Is that what's weird?
Oh, shit.
Hey, it's just a fuzzy mic. It's just a fuzzy mic. Just a fuzzy mic.
Nah.
All right, guys.
Thank you, guys.
This has been 2 hours. This is twice as long as I thought we would do, but we're having too much fun looking at ugly ass bikes. It's too small, but like chat. Okay, so I'll make some adjustments and whatnot, but I had a lot of fun. All right, so I'm just gonna hang out with Matt. I'm gonna get some food that Amanda never fed me, and then I'll see you guys later.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. I'll see you later, boy.
Boy, 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 boy.